Hello, I'm Travis, and in my capacity as the estate representative for my mom, I am going to briefly illustrate problems of Florida healthcare and why Florida's free kill law, Statute 768.21, subsection 8, must be repealed. I'll show why Florida government has failed to protect the citizens of Florida and also the tourists to Florida. So what is the problem with Statute 768.21 and why is it called Florida's free kill law? It denies the decedent's family member the ability to seek damages in court if the decedent was over the age of 24, had no children under the age of 25, and was single. To help you comprehend who all this includes, tally up recent college graduates, divorcees, and all the widows and widowers. If you meet or will meet the criteria above, you have been or will be discriminated against based on your age, your marital status, and your parental status. This is a nonpartisan, non-ethnic, non-sexual preference discriminating law. You all have lost your rights. Under this law, if you die because of the negligence of a medical licensee, they cannot be held accountable in civil court. Think about the conflict of interest this creates. Additionally, they may be the ones who sign off on your death certificate with the cause being natural causes, completely bypassing any medical examiner review. And don't worry about them seeking permission from a family member for an autopsy because they won't want one. But you're probably thinking, Florida healthcare is governed by laws to ensure public safety and the government will punish violators, right? No. Here is a settlement agreement between ACA and the hospital facility to which I took my mom. The hospital name has since changed, but certified mailings to the administrator are of the same physical address. In this first complaint, the investigation revealed that 55 out of 214 emergency department staff were out of training compliance. 178 days later, the same number of people were still out of compliance. Doing the math, 178 days times 55 people times $1,000 per violation is a fine of $9,790,000 and would be a lawful punishment and hopefully ensure the future compliance. Instead, ACA chose to levy a fine of only $6,750 to settle all 4 complaints. During my research, I was told that Advent Health Tampa, the current name of the hospital to which I took my mom, changed accreditation from the Joint Commission to DNV around the time of my mom's care. A Freedom of Information Act request revealed DNV's filed survey with ACA. This is just a single page from the report, and it shows both a 40% failure rate of anesthesia pre-assessment documentation and a 66% failure rate of post-anesthesia evaluation documentation. What's the saying in medicine? If you didn't chart it, you didn't do it. I can't help but think that the management that allowed these and other violations to occur created the environment that led to the adverse incident that Advent Health Tampa caused upon my mom on her very first day of care. Advent Health Tampa's risk management department then chose not to disclose this adverse incident to my mom nor myself. I only learned of this adverse incident after learning about Florida's Amendment 7. Filing my Florida Amendment 7 request compelled the hospital to disclose the adverse incident 474 days after it occurred. If you read the report, they also chose not to inform my mother's surgeon of the adverse incident. How can a patient be confident and trust in their caregiver when their caregivers hide adverse incidents? Also, for some unknown reason, the scheduled surgeon was changed for another, and my mom's required surgery would be put off 3 or 4 days. The choice of non-disclosure by Advent Health Tampa denied my mom her right to make an informed decision and the right to seek quality medical care elsewhere. A portion of Florida's definition of adverse medical incident defines it as medical negligence, intentional misconduct, and any other act, neglect, or default of healthcare facility or healthcare provider. This is why I need access to the court, to hold those accountable so that the 3 strikes law can fulfill its purpose. Statute 768.21, subsection 8, protects those medical licenses that need to be revoked the most, those whose negligence caused the death of the patient. Here are 2 orders for heparin, a bolus to be given first and then a drip afterwards. For timing, the charting states my mom arrived in the ER at 3:38 a.m. The orders for heparin was created at 12:51 p.m. This is about a 9-hour, 13-minute delay in ordering medication. But look, the pharmacist rejected the order at 12:58 because the order was overdosed. The correction took 3 more hours. Unfortunately, another mistake occurred when the nurse administered the heparin drip first, countered to doctor's orders, and the bolus 1 hour, 16 minutes later. This page shows a day's worth of backcharting. The green indicates hourly increments in time. The red indicates the same time of 1640. All these entries were entered at the same time of 1640. Would you expect the nurse to come in each hour and leave the charting till the end of day? I was present. The nurse was not. This is not a one-time occurrence. Here is the same thing happening with the heparin. This shows 7 hours all entered at the same time of 1639. Can someone say understaffed? Finally, these are non-invasive methods of oxygen treatment. While I and others feel my mom should have remained intubated, having just had open heart surgery less than 30 minutes prior, the surgeon chose to extubate and use a nasal cannula. Of the 3 methods of giving my mom oxygen, the surgeon chose the worst. My sister and I witnessed our mom constantly dipping below 90% saturation, and we informed the nurse of this. But the least effective oxygen therapy method remained. Ultimately, my mom died of a heart attack caused by hypoxia, a lack of oxygen, according to the private autopsy. This was pre-COVID. It pains me to think how easily a non-partial rebreather mask could have been utilized, and yet it wasn't. The people need to be able to hold these licenses accountable in court so Florida's 3 strikes law can be effective. Statute 768.21, subsection 8, prevents this and does nothing to remove bad licenses from practicing. If you will, please contact your representative in the Florida legislature and voice your opinion about the Florida statute 768.21, subsection 8. If you consider yourself a tourist to Florida, make your call too, as this law will govern you while you are here. Please learn more about Florida's free kill law, statute 768.21, subsection 8, and how you can participate in its revocation by visiting the Florida Medical Rights Association website at floridamedicalrights.org. If you want to support my cause or just help out the estate, please consider my GoFundMe campaign linked at help4ourmom.com. That's help, the number 4, ourmom.com. Thank you.